Hey there everyone, this is Jeremy, the Music Andy, and we're here today to talk about Forget Your Own Face from Black Dresses. This is album number 6 for the Industrial Group, comprising of Devi and Rook. This may be the 6th album coming out, but I am only familiar with their previous work, Forever in Your Heart, from last year. That album was constantly showcasing different styles of industrial music, rock, metal, electro, putting some glitch pop on the hooks. Peace Sign, the intro to the album, really showcases the different styles of the band and how they structure their songs all together. Now with this new album, it only being available on Bandcamp, from what I am seeing, it has the message that this is soon going to disappear. So if you can, definitely check this out. If you like it, definitely consider purchasing it so that you always have it before it's gone. With that being said, let's dive right into this album. Immediately to me, this album is very harsh. It's very alarming. The screaming, distorted vocals kind of switch into this swaggered industrial hip-hop flow, and then just go into some blood-curdling screams that really make me wince every time I hear them. All of this is incredibly raw in idea and execution. These are true emotions being displayed on these tracks, throwing it all out there, not caring who's listening to it and what they think about it. I love the sound of this. I like the idea of it again. These, again, are just very malicious songs that are very aggressive to listen to. This does not feel like a continuation from their previous works. This feels like they are exploring and evolving their sound even more, throwing some post-industrial and some harsh noise into this to really get some punches into it. And with these different genres being put in and these different levels of aggression being put in, this also opens up the range of vocals to be explored on a little bit more, showcasing the range of this band and how well they use the two vocalists of it. The first 2 tracks on this really showcase that level of post-industrial harsh noise, just brashness all the way through, and I think are some of the brightest spots on this entire album, really giving you it all in the beginning and then kind of settling it out throughout the entire album. And what I mean by settling out is that they calm down the songs a lot more. There's not as much levels of noise going on. They're kind of going back to their glitch pop roots. No Normal is probably one of my favorite songs on this. It's very poppy in approach. It has a great hook on it. Nightwish is another one that is very calming, and it's very nice on the hook. The lyrics altogether throughout this entire album are very standoutish. They can be very comical at times, and they can be very emotional and very deep at times. Going back to No Normal, this is somebody that is struggling with being normal in society, being perceived as a normal person, not giving into the illusions of the modern day society and rejecting a lot of the ideals held by the normal person, and also just having a lot of regret about the past and having a lot of self-doubt as a person. These are fantastic lyrics on this track. It's a fun song on the surface, and then it is a very emotional hit when you go deeper into the lyrics. Nightwish, the ending track, is another one that is a very emotional one for me to listen to, going from wanting to be with somebody, wanting to be their center of attention, to barely ever wanting to be perceived again. And then the thoughts, when it comes later on to this track, the ending, talking about, dying, becoming pure energy, and reconnecting with this person that you had so much fun with at the same point of the universe. It is very heartwarming to hear. Another thing to mention is how catchy these choruses and hooks are. The 2 vocalists, the 2 members of the band, really, not just vocalists, do a very good job contrasting their vocals with each other, one being a lot more calm, one being a lot more sassy, a lot more expressive, a lot more screeching. Earthworm with the I'm the worst one out, switching into everything is going to be okay. These 2 very dynamic switches are just kind of the band kind of flexing the range that they have and the capabilities that they can just switch the dial at any moment. Now please, do not call me a boomer when I am talking about the negatives on this, but you are obviously free to if you wish. This album, as I was saying, it is very experimental, it is very alarming, it is very brash, and that could be a bad thing at times, because sometimes, this is just hurting my ears at some points. I know I complimented it in the beginning, but when those blood-curdling screams are happening in the first track, and then it just switches to the instrumental and back and forth between it, kind of giving the old give and go. Definitely making me wince, make me want to put down the headphones for a second, but I don't. But I definitely have to recover from it for a little bit. This, again, though, it's hard for me to say because it's what I like about this band is that they do not hold anything back. And despite it being something that might be received wrongly or illy, it is still very raw, and it's very inspiring to see musicians putting out music that they want and pushing it to the extremes that they want. Another thing that is kind of negative, just on a personal standpoint for me, this could be completely different for somebody else, but there's not really a consistent sound of style on this album. I'm fine with things being very experimental, very loose, but I like it when it's a little bit more contained throughout the entire piece. There's a lot of just switching between different genres, going between calm and very chaotic, very quickly without any kind of overlay or layering of the two. But again, that's just a personal thing, not anything from a technical standpoint. It really just feels like as a listener, I have to kind of adapt my emotions to the emotions that are being displayed on this album. And there's a lot of emotions being displayed on it. And I think I'm an emotional person, but that is a lot of emotions to kind of cycle through. Altogether, the group made something new, something fresh, something I really didn't think I was going to enjoy as much as I did. I'm thinking 7.6 PayPals out of 10. If you want something that kind of sounds similar to the band, that's definitely a lot more mellow, but still a little noisy and a little sassy on the vocals, Special Interest is a group that I think you should check out. What did you think of this album? What albums would you like me to review in the future? Please leave a comment below and let me know. Subscribe if you like the content, and I hope that you have a wonderful day. Please check out this album before it disappears.